I had absolutely no idea just how bad this problem is in the United States. In fact, it is almost at crisis levels when you have a look at these numbers. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Guys, I'll be at the Melbourne EV show next month in August. Would love to see you there. I'll be speaking there at the show on the Saturday. And guys, I will put a link in the description so you can get 10% discount. Or maybe that's 20%. It's either 10 or 20% discount on the tickets. Anyway, they're very cheap tickets, guys. They're only about $25, something like that. Would love to see you there. And if you're interested, we can catch up after the show. So, guys, what is going on here in the United States? I mean, this is surprising. A lot of people who have loans in the US are underwater on their loans big time. And what does this mean? Well, a new study by Edmunds, so Edmunds is a fairly well-respected publication, they have revealed that around 1/4 of all new car buyers in America are underwater on their vehicle loans. And, well, the worst cases are electric car loans. So I actually never considered this, guys, when I thought about depreciation with EVs. I mean, to be honest, I think depreciation with all cars is pretty similar. I've, for a long time, been able to buy, previously in my life, been able to buy, here's an example, guys. I bought a BMW X5 many, many years ago, which I don't really drive anymore. Anyhow, I bought an X5, and I bought it for 25,000 Australian dollars. Now, the car had, at the time when I bought it, it had done 80,000 kilometers, so what, about 50,000 miles. And the original owner paid 128,000. 128,000, and I bought it. It was 4 years old. In fact, it was exactly $24,500. So I saved $103,000 by waiting for someone to drive it for 4 years. He drove it really nicely. It was in good condition. I've had no real problems with that car. And that's what I'm talking about. Depreciation with luxury cars is enormous. And I don't know why people seem to think that it isn't, because it's astronomical. So you would think, right, you'd be underwater on that kind of loan more likely. But yeah, this study from Edmunds shows that the average negative equity in a traded EV nearly doubled in 2 years, rising from $5,470 in the second quarter of 2022 to a staggering $10,300 last quarter. Negative equity for 1 in 4 buyers of $10,300. Now, I don't know how that happens. Apparently, 1 in 4 consumers who financed a new vehicle in Q2 found themselves with negative equity. The study says that 24% of all new vehicle sales came with a trade-in carrying an outstanding loan balance greater than the car's value. This is the highest quarter since Q1 of 2021, when 32% of trades carried an outstanding underwater loan. Guys, I don't know how this is possible. This just seems like absolute madness to me. But anyhow, apparently one of the reasons, as per Edmunds, is, they say could be how quickly EV owners are trading their vehicles back in. In Q2, owners waited only 2 years to trade in their EVs for a new model. The average gas-powered car was 3.7 years old when it was traded in. Historically, vehicles lose the most value within the first year of ownership. And then, the second year is bad as well, but not quite as bad as the first year. So because these EVs have been traded in more frequently, that is one of the key reasons why the loans are so heavily underwater. Insurance provider Progressive says that during this period, vehicles lose around 20% of their total value, followed by 15% up until the 4-year mark. The value loss then obviously slows down after that. The average vehicle trade-in overall with negative equity was 3.7 years old. This is up from 3.4 years in Q2 of 2023 and 3.2 years in Q2 of 2022. Anyway, like I said before, luxury cars are well known for losing value much more quickly than average cars, whether that be a Ford F-150, for example, or a Toyota Camry. The Mercedes EQS is actually a depreciation nightmare. It's a luxury car, it's an EV, and it is losing 47% of its value in the first year of ownership. And while this year EV sales for Mercedes-Benz in the US have dropped by 50%. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. But yeah, it's bizarre, guys, that everyone's talking about how the depreciation of Teslas has come into play, but not mentioning the depreciation of Mercedes-Benz vehicles, EVs, has been significantly worse. Edmunds says the entire report should underline the risk that buyers of any car, not just electric cars, they said, purchased at peak pandemic pricing, they're at risk of being upside down on their car loans for an extended period of time. It shows how luxury vehicles and cars equipped with emerging technology, which is changing quickly, face higher depreciation than tried and true gas-powered cars. But it's worth keeping in mind, a gasoline-powered car will actually cost you a lot more. So if you think about it, the running costs of a gasoline-powered car are huge. The average, in fact, many millions of EV owners, they have their own solar. So a lot of their ownership costs are basically nothing. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are. In addition to that, the average EV battery now actually lasts twice as long as the average internal combustion engine. No one's talking about this, but it is true. In fact, I'm actually probably understating it here because realistically, we know that Tesla batteries, for example, the most popular EV in the US is obviously a Tesla vehicle using, it could be different someone else's cells, but let's just call it a Tesla battery, and they are lasting on average more than 300,000 miles. But we know that the average internal combustion engine only lasts for around 150,000. That means, therefore, that whilst you may lose more in depreciation, an EV will actually last significantly longer than most internal combustion cars. Now, corporate buyers are being affected by depreciation as well. Rental company Hertz said that it ate around 195 million in depreciation for its fleet of Tesla Model 3s. That's around $592 per car per month. Yeah, now that's significant. Over the last few years, inflated vehicle trade-in values kept consumers somewhat shielded from falling underwater on their car loans, obviously due to the COVID pandemic. As the market continues to correct and trade-in values normalize, this protection is falling away, with some vehicle types more affected than others, said Jessica Caldwell. It's not surprising that EV owners are feeling the brunt of accelerated levels of depreciation. And guys, one of the biggest reasons for that is because manufacturers have simply reduced the cost of new EVs. The costs keep going down. While that kind of sucks a little bit for an existing owner, if you've got a loan on it in particular, it's great for everyone else. And realistically, if you think about it, even if you're an existing owner, it doesn't affect you as much as you think, because if you are to trade it in and simply upgrade to a different EV, well, that EV would have had its price lowered as well. So it's sort of like, imagine the property values of all houses going down. Well, really, unless you want to just sell and sell only, not sell and buy elsewhere, then it won't really affect you all that badly. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.